everybody, I'm JPL.
And I'm Christopher164. I'm joined with...
Me, Connor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for the people who don't know, I'm actually JPL.
And I'm actually Christopher.
Yes, and so,
And
welcome
he's actually Connor.
Yes, just actually Connor. Yes.
And welcome to podcast name in brackets. And that's it for today.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm glad you love the joke now.
I don't love the joke. I don't.
Well, thanks for calling me in then.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
it was such a pleasure.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we have a new guy here today. It's Connor Case. CJ ditched us. Not really, but I figured, what? Why not just have this guy here? Haven't talked to him all summer. Barely know him. He's a good fit for the podcast. This would be an awkward situation. Let's do it. So yeah, we're here.
All right, so Connor, what year are you in at Liberty?
I'm going into my junior year.
And what are you majoring in?
Theater arts, Bachelor of Science in Theater arts.
Okay, of course,
So
John.
yeah, obviously that's how I know John.
Yeah. It's mainly theater. That's where I know these people, Christopher.
Right. Okay. I mean, I'm not mad, but at the same time, I kind of expected there to be a little more diversity. So... I don't know.
What are you implying?
Theater, that I'd be in media, and this person would be.
Well, what's your major, Christopher?
I'm digital media audio.
I mean, that's still in like communications.
It is, but I don't hang out with the theater peeps like you guys do. I know some theater peeps, but I don't.
Yeah.
We're
the mafia.
We will make it through the podcast. Don't worry.
We'll try. We'll try to make this.
What got you into theater, though?
Okay.
Oh, interesting question. In middle school, I was put in it as an elective, and I don't know, I just enjoyed it, so I continued doing it all throughout high school, and then I don't know, and then I mean, it was at CFAW, College for a Weekend, that I decided to do theater as a major because I went into accounting, to an accounting class, and I decided that it was like not for me because I'm good at math, but I didn't enjoy like the actual thing of accounting, the whole. So I chose theater.
I think that's better. Props to those who can account, but I can't account, and neither can you, and neither. I don't know who else can't. But
they've been teaching us how to account for I don't know since elementary school, but I can't account for anything, either my memory or my brain.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't want to be stuck behind a desk all my life, because I want to create, tell stories, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. While working behind a desk.
Yes.
Anyway, Christopher, any news for us today?
What type of news?
I don't know. I know that you're probably dying to talk about YouTube.
Okay, well, since you mentioned YouTube, YouTube has denied monetization again. That's the second time. And the first time I wasn't that mad. I was disappointed. This time I'm a little more mad because I put in effort into unlisting a lot of videos. So that hopefully it'd be like, okay, this guy doesn't just do reactions. But YouTube still is like, no. And I'm like, yay. So, I don't know, John. It doesn't really seem like I can do YouTube as a reactor if YouTube is going to keep doing this to me. I don't know, man.
It's a strange world. But once we get our VeggieTales thing going, we're going to be flying.
But we're doing that on your channel, though, right?
Yes. That thing. Yes.
Supposedly, Yes, definitely on my channel, but we might do something with you.
Because why I like it better on your channel is because you're going to be the person, like, creating it, right? The one editing and putting it together.
Yeah.
I will be promoting it on my channel, right? But then also it gives your channel a little more exposure. So I like that.
Exposure.
Yes.
You
don't like exposure? Yeah, I think.
It's a competition I'm sensing.
No. No,
That sounded very much like a competition to me.
no.
No, I don't really care too much for exposure. Like, he's trying to push it on me. I don't really want it.
What? The exposure?
Sure, why not?
I mean, my main thing is the fact that because I'm not going to have the time to make it, you are. So it'd be better if it's on your channel and I find ways to promote it.
Yeah, it's part of my thing of wider content that I do.
So, I mean, like, I try to push the podcast a bit. I try to push it each week whenever we release a new episode, right?
Every Monday.
Every Monday. But, like, also, I personally have been behind in, like, keeping up with posting on Facebook and such. I haven't, like, done it for a week. So, I did post something to Patreon today for the first time in a couple weeks. So, hopefully, I'll remember to, like, share that to Facebook and such, and then I'll, like, fit your podcast in the mix somewhere. I think I wrote down, like, a little schedule. But, like, I try to push that thing. And also, in, like, I mentioned, like, my Spotify playlist, like, that I have public, like, the podcast on there. So I do try. I know I can try harder. But I think the VeggieTales thing is going to attract more people. I have a feeling.
Let's pray.
That sounds like a secret project you don't want anybody to know about.
I mean, not exactly.
No, we've talked about it on the podcast.
We've mentioned it a few times, yes.
Uh-huh.
The VeggieTales thing. That's so ominous.
But we never actually explained what it is.
We haven't?
No, and we discussed, like, how are we supposed to do this? And now we talk about maybe we could just sit on the table and talk about this thing and then do something like this, but we never actually mentioned what we're going to do. And let's leave it like that.
You're not
Great,
making...
now I'm on a cliffhanger.
Wait, is it Connor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not making Connor feel comfortable here.
I never make Connor feel comfortable.
Yes, he's my nemesis.
Supposedly.
I'm not surprised about that.
Yeah, sure. I'm his nemesis.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. But yeah, I always make him feel weird. I make people feel weird. Not because I like to.
It's mutual, buddy. It's mutual.
You don't weird me out, dude.
Oh, come on. Okay, forget it.
If anything, I'd like you to be more optimistic about life.
You know, I wish I could be optimistic, but there's a lot of bad things happening.
Yep.
Currently, right now.
Let's not get into any of that.
I knew it.
You knew it.
Every time we, like, get somewhat political or something sad, John's like, that doesn't exist. Not on our happy podcast name in brackets land.
We're living in a fantasy.
We're living in a fantasy.
Yes, we are.
I'm not against that. That's great.
Thank you. Thank you. It took us a while to build that. So yeah, and anything new with you, Christopher, that you'd like to put on the record here today?
I mean, I mentioned YouTube. If I think of something, I'll interrupt you later. It's kind of how it usually is.
Yeah, this is how it usually is, Connor. But Connor, do you have anything that you think would be a fun topic for us to talk about today?
No, he doesn't. I'm kidding.
I don't know. It was like you called me like an hour ago.
I did. I wrote him an hour ago and said, "Hey, I know this is last minute, but would you like to join us today in an hour?" And so, luckily,
I don't know. I mean, what do you got? What do you got?
Okay. Well,
got nothing.
We never have anything to talk about. It's always like this. There's always like this long pause, and it's like, okay, what did we do this week? I know. Like during this week, I normally have something. It's like, ooh, this would be fun, but I always forget what it is.
Why don't you write it down?
Because I don't know. I'm silly that way. I just feel like maybe one day I could remember everything. I could retain all my memory. One day I'll get a good grade in math.
Tell me about your summer, John. Tell me about your summer, and you too, Christopher. Even though we haven't met.
Yeah.
Our summer that is non-existent.
Yes. How does the quarantine affect your summer?
It's affected my spring. That's what it has. It's affected me going to SonicCon. That was my biggest thing that I was looking forward to this spring and summer. Since that's gone, I don't really have anything else to do. The only other thing I could say it would affect my summer is just I guess I was gonna get a job, but I don't
But
now.
he wasn't sure if he was going to get a job.
I wanted to. I was considering a good job, but I got nothing. And so really it's just me being here, making podcasts, and just watching TV.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a pretty fun summer. That's the first half of my summer's been like, but then second half I went and got my old job back, so that was good.
That's good.
Really?
Yes. I work at a golf course, a mini golf course.
I know. So they're open?
Yeah, they are. Honestly, not following the regulations perfectly, but I try to.
Let's not mention any names here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mention any names, but yeah. Other than that, I mean, getting paid well, working like 5 days a week. So
yeah. So I believe our church actually is now open into the new sanctuary.
Yeah. Have you gone there?
No, just the live stream.
Okay. So what did you think from the live stream?
I can't really tell much from the live stream.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what
it was
the
pretty
live
much.
stream
It's just the stage. I can't really tell much difference.
True, but the stage is so much wider.
Yeah, I could tell that.
Mm-hmm.
Not much else.
Yeah. So in the sanctuary, the thing about mega churches, okay. To clarify for our listeners, our church is not a mega church, but we moved into a bigger building that has a more mega feel. Does that kind of make sense?
It depends.
At least for me. Perception is key. But typically with those type of buildings, like you kind of expect like long, or just like auditoriums, right?
Yeah.
It's a long. This feels wider than long, which I find interesting.
Wider than long.
I mean, it seems wider than it's longer.
Ooh. You must have a nice church.
It's in a parking lot of a store.
No, we have the building.
We own the parking lot pretty much.
And the building.
We own the building too.
The only thing we don't own is Joe Beans.
Yeah.
So we graduated from the parking lot. Did it look like we were on the parking lot this Sunday?
Huh?
Did it look like we were on the parking lot this Sunday?
I have no idea.
I would think it'd be kind of obvious.
I don't know, Christopher. I've been staying at home and watching the live stream. I don't go out every Sunday just to see if there's anyone in the parking lot. Then go straight home to watch church.
But it's kind of obvious when it's in the parking lot or inside.
How can I tell, Christopher?
You want me to go look and see what it looks like? Like,
they're not showing us the parking lot on the live stream, Christopher.
But they were holding service on.
I know what the parking lot looks like. I've been there a couple times, but I don't know what it looks like today with people there on our normal Sunday. Is that what you're asking me, Christopher?
I think. How has your summer been, John?
Well, I told you it's been fine and good. Nothing really has changed much. My social life is. I don't know
what else to say about the church, John. It's nicer for sure. It's bigger because we need the space for people. But it's hard getting used to, especially for me who doesn't like change. We will see how it goes. I hope you like it, but then again, you also hate change as well. Probably more than I do.
Oh no, I hate change too. This has been a terrible experience.
Kind of has, yeah. Also, like I mentioned in our earlier podcast, where everything is canceled, our Comic-Con fun is canceled. Which we're gonna have Comic-Con at home, which is live stream. It's not the same, but our Star Wars celebration content is also.
Speaking of Star Wars, did you hear about the new show?
That will be a segment for a JPL News thing that I'm uploading later.
Okay.
I did it. I covered that.
Did you give your opinion in that?
I did.
Okay, yeah, then it's not worth me talking about because I don't know the thing, and then I start inputting my opinions that really.
I don't have much to say about it in terms of what my opinion is.
Is it positive or negative?
It's more positive.
Okay.
It's more of I question. I was confused about why this was the TV show that was announced, because everyone expected something else, and they announced this. It's like, okay. I think that's most people's reaction to this announcement was like, okay, I think I can get behind that. Mm-hmm. It wasn't really much excitement about it. It was just like, okay, yeah, I guess this could be fun. So we'll see.
Okay, we will see.
We'll see.
Indeed. I've not heard anything about a new Star Wars show. So
okay.
Well, you can watch my YouTube video, Connor, and I'll cover the Star Wars show.
Of course.
Okay.
I'll tell you what it's about.
And we have nothing else to talk about, so thank you for listening to
Hey. One episode is what you wanted, okay? I already did it earlier. Okay. I told Connor this earlier. But me and CJ were working on a radio drama for a competition.
Oh my gosh, I never knew. I wish I did know. Yes, Joe. What else do you have to say? Did you submit the script on Saturday?
Yes, I submitted the script 10 minutes before the deadline.
Procrastinating on hopes and dreams.
It was no. It wasn't that. It was just like I had to figure out what it is I was trying to write here, and so by the end, I kind of rushed the ending a bit. So we're fine. We're good.
No, we're not fine, John. You know
we're
how
fine,
much
Christopher.
hate shows that rush the endings.
We are fine. This is the rushed art theater troupe. It's supposed to be rushed. And so yeah, me and CJ recorded our audio today, and we'll be submitting that thing tomorrow. Which I actually thought it was due on Saturday because it was always on Saturday. But, I checked the date and it was like, oh crap, that's due tomorrow. And I had to call up CJ, hey, CJ, we gotta do this now. And so we did it. And so, yeah, we're recorded. We just gotta send it in.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it'll be good. I'm not expecting that we're gonna win.
Oh, I didn't know it was a contest.
It was a contest, yeah.
Well, you learn something new every day.
I thought I told you it was a contest.
I don't remember you mentioning it's a contest, but now I know.
It's off the grid. These things just have happened, and I've not heard about any of them.
Yeah,
because you've been working at a mini golf.
Yeah, it's you gotta really just pay close attention to theater in the theater student page and whatnot. Not even there. I don't think it was even announced there. You just gotta be friends with people. Who post the important information.
I'm glad you finished that sentence.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry about that.
I don't think you really was that sorry about it.
I'll have you know, John, that I have friends.
But
there may be one less friend if this podcast goes any further south.
God, you should have told him about it.
Told what?
Apparently, you're not being a very good friend to Connor.
I thought he knew. Okay. Like Connor is normally on top of these things.
I would have been involved if you had asked me. I'm sure.
I thought about it for like a second, but I did think about considering you, but I didn't want too many people on this project. So
How many people are on the project?
2, just me and CJ.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. Like, I wrote it, and he and I recorded together, and that's it.
There's the audio drama. Woo!
No. Oh, yeah, that's the other drummer.
How many characters is in it?
2.
Oh, okay, I was like, if you get like 8 people in one thing and you're voicing 4 and 4.
No. We just have 2 characters in this, and so
Could have had 3 people playing 2 characters. Why didn't you consider that?
I don't know if I consider that or not.
Okay. How would you even do that? Like a split personality character or something? Jekyll and Hyde? Or...
Yeah, John, you were talking about a split personality character.
I mean, those are fun characters, but I ain't gonna do that. Anyway, so
I worry about you, John.
yes. Late last week. Why do I make you laugh, Christopher? Why do you always laugh whenever I try to change the subject?
Because it's funny whenever you change the subject.
All right, last week.
No more bad stuff. Politics doesn't exist. So last week.
Man, you simple person. Anyway, last week I was looking through some old projects that I was working on. There was this one old project that if you were to really dig deep into my YouTube channel, you could find the remnants of what could have been. So, 4 years ago, my friends and I were gonna be making a movie together. And we did a lot of work on this. We got like a large cast of people. We got the place where we were going to film. We were writing the script together. We had the story all down, who's doing what, how we're going to do this, who's directing, how,
and then they procrastinated so long that Corona.
No. We thought about this. We kind of figured out, like, okay, how is this going to work out? Then we decided, you know what? There's too much to make this a movie. We're gonna make this a short miniseries, and so we worked on that.
No, you could have just made it a 2-part movie.
No, we're gonna make this a miniseries, because it worked better in the story that way. And so we started writing it that way. We finished the first episode, writing it, and then we went through like half of the second episode. We had most of the ideas on it. Part of the third one was drafted, and we just didn't really do anything after that.
Because it was a miniseries, not a movie.
No, because the problem was, because we had a large cast, we all lived in different places, and this is in Ecuador, so it's not really easy for transportation. We couldn't all get together at the same time, which is what the script involved a lot of, and so we got like half the cast together to read the script. We read the first episode, and that was it. We never did anything else. We created 2 trailers for this, which is probably premature. And in those trailers, we said this thing was going to come out later this year in 2016, which it never did. You can find those trailers on my channel, by the way. I haven't mentioned before. And so during this past weekend, I was taking a look at old files, talking with the writer and director on that. And so we were just looking through some old things. And I found a file which included music, which would have been our intro to that series if we had ever made it. And so, it's like, hey, what is this? So we started playing it, and I was listening to it, and I was like, hey, this was supposed to be our intro. And I remember just not liking the music when he gave it to me. It's like, how am I supposed to make an intro out of this? Way back when. But I was listening to it now, and I'm thinking, yeah, I could do something with this. And so, just that very next morning, like, I just created an intro using just footage of our trailers and just doing some random stuff, and I created the intro to what would have been our old show. So yeah. The story does not apply to you guys, but I just felt like sharing it.
I was half expecting the intro to play right there.
I was half expecting for you to say that. I don't know.
I can show you.
I don't know. I thought you were pulling it up.
I'll always show you after the podcast, but I was just saying this is what I did.
So we can expect the first episode to come out in like 12 years or something, right?
That's very wishful thinking, but yeah, maybe.
Put them on a cliffhanger and then wait like another 60 years to make the next episode.
Here's the thing, like I'm very.
Why don't you sell the script on Backstage or something?
No, we're not doing that. Okay, we're not doing that. I'm very enthusiastic about this project still, and so I'm probably the one who's most interested in keeping this project going and just reworking it and trying to make it something. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna make this thing happen. I'm forcing my people to work on it.
It seems like you have a lot of secret ominous projects that you won't let anybody know about.
Yeah, like the reason why
general this entire time.
Like the reason why I'm not explaining what this project is because I wanted to keep it secret. Almost. Because I don't want to tell people what it is and so people will steal the idea. I want to keep the idea and just leave it, okay? It's ours.
So it's going to be so secret that no one's going to know when it releases, right?
Yes. Hey, we might even release this as a book. I don't know.
Which you probably should just do, and it'd be like one of those books, like those cards that you open it and the theme plays.
Have you ever? Are those little child's books? That have the buttons and you press them. That's where it goes.
Button for the theme music, button for the remake, and button for John reading the whole thing.
It's going to be a movie, but now it's a child's book.
Oh yes. Okay, I remembered one thing that I thought about doing on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You could make a mini series of these books for children.
No, they're not for children, Christopher. They're not for children.
Oh, okay.
Okay then.
That narrows it down a little bit.
It doesn't.
Does.
We could still make them for kids, but not have kids read them.
Yes.
It's that simple.
Anyway.
All right. What's this?
The idea was that I was looking through my old essays and just old school projects, and I thought it'd be fun to just read a few samples on the podcast, because...
No, I'm not talking about the VeggieTales thing. No, you're not going to hear about this TV series. Let me read some high school essays, though. I'm sorry.
Oh, that reminds me of a story about my high school. I wrote an essay in, I think it was freshman year or 8th grade, and then I rewrote it in the exact same one using like more formal words just to see how smarter, quote unquote, I had gotten in like 4 years. Mm-hmm. And it was, I don't know, it was pathetic. It sounded so, yeah, whatever.
My story in relation to high school essay is that I wrote an essay, and that's the story. Very moving, very touching, and non-political.
Yeah. Essay writing is not my forte. Definitely not. And so for this essay in particular, it was for an English class, which normal essays are for. And so what this assignment was, we were supposed to talk about a world problem or some issue in the world and give a solution to that problem that is satirical.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay, I'm actually
it's a solution to the problem, but it's a horrible solution.
I am ready for this.
Okay. To whoever reviews this proposal, or who passes this proposal to be approved, analyze it carefully so that you have a clear understanding on what I wish to propose. Oh my gosh, this is...
Have you read this?
I have. I'm kind of nervous about this. Okay. Racism, or discrimination directed against someone of a different race.
No wonder you were nervous.
Yes, has been a problem ever since someone did something at some point of time.
On Twitter, Hashtag podcast in brackets is over party.
The problem is that people are different from each culture and or area they come from, and it means that everyone has a different worldview. The solution is questionable and short-term, but it has been tested in the past with some aspect of a result, and that solution is called communism. This brings the idea of uniformity, and it will make everyone equal. Imagine a lack of discrimination and chaos. This solution would give you order among this world's madness. All you need to do is brainwash everyone into this idea. I understand that there are many people on Earth and it will take time, but try to put some effort into this and not do such a sloppy job like the Soviets.
The word sloppy, how you said it like that. Just sloppy job.
However, communism will only work for a short time, as people disgustingly wish for free will. This concept is within all human beings and will most likely win in the end. However, this can buy you some time for the real proposal that will solve the issue. And the issue at hand is that people simply want to see, hear, and touch things. Firstly, you need to understand that my solution works in the long term, and any complaints about human rights should be ignored, like an infant that is annoying or people who believe in pro-choice. Oh my gosh. Man, my high school self is way different. Racism is mostly caused by the sight of the other participant, and the different design of that participant ignites the issue. The solution to that is to simply gouge out everyone's eyes. That way, they can't see any participant, and the need to be racist is watered down. This does mean that we can't visit tourist spots or see beautiful mountains, but pollution and vandalism has taken its toll, so really there's nothing to see.
Wow.
If you worry about war, this will lower the rates of bullies and wars in the world, as it would be difficult to select a target to inflict pain upon. So no. So no more bombings and no more terrorism. This won't affect anyone's public image because there would be no worried about one's image, as there is no image to perceive. You say you want to use your phone and watch television. Well, tough. People spend too much time on those pathetic machines. All the complaints about people watching too much television or digital media will be diminished, with no one being able to see anything. Traffic won't be a problem anymore. People won't see where they're going. However, people still have ears to hear different accents and word choices from other people. Okay. I'm drinking water while this. Secondly, you need to cut off everyone's ears and become more like Van Gogh and Helen Keller. Wow, that's...
Wait, can I stop you there? Cutting off somebody's ears doesn't get rid of hearing. Your eardrums are on the inside of your ear. In fact, the little things around your ears don't really help with hearing much at all. It's more about head cooling than it is hearing.
Shush. let me
Don't
dream.
instruct high school John what to say.
That way, no one can hear any distinction from one another, and hardly anyone can be racist, as they don't know what the other person is like, and they can't even threaten anyone because there are no ears to listen to the threat. You wonder how we educate others? We don't. It's overrated, and people who think education is overrated have won, as it would be mighty difficult to teach. Man, I'm very worried. I have these long sentences that's obviously made them reach the word count. Besides, education is wasted these days with delinquents who don't care or give respect to the subjects or teachers, and it will save money. There would be no need for an economy or money because who will even be looking out or listening for inflation or tax rates? Oh my gosh. People hate taxes. Problem solved. You won't be able to listen to music, which is a good loss. Ah.
No, John, it's not. John, take that back.
Okay. Music today consists of teachings others to do drugs, have sex, and not follow the system. Wow. That's shallow.
No.
But God tells us to be careful to what we see and hear, so really we're just following his rule. However, people still have hands and other appendages to feel the world around them. Lastly, cut off people's hands and feet. This may prove difficult a task with no sight or sound.
No. Before that point, read the previous sentence.
What?
Read
Which
the
one?
previous sentence before you talked about cutting off hands and
Okay.
feet.
Lastly, people still have hands.
The sentence before that.
Okay. God tells us to be careful of to what we see and hear. So really, we're following his rule.
Next sentence.
However, people still have hands and other appendages to feel the world around them.
Next sentence.
Lastly, cut off people's hands and feet.
What?
Like, it's okay. We don't have to see or hear anything. We have hands and feet. Next solution, cut off people's hands and feet.
This took us in sensory deprivation chambers for the rest of our lives.
Oh, by the way, people, this is kind of grim.
Oh, no.
Should have given us a disclaimer.
Sorry. This may prove a difficult task with no sight or sound, so do this before the other two and figure out how to do the rest without hands. This will finally decease any fight, as no one can throw a punch, kick, or push others. You can stop vandalism and pollution with this somehow. I don't know how. People who complain about doing manual labor will get their wish with no hands to work with. But at least you don't need to pay anyone. We can't repopulate easily because it would be hard to do. But honestly, we have taken it for granted and made a disgrace with it. So don't argue about it. Oh my gosh. If there is any further complaint about the topic, then just castrate all the males. Besides, there will be no need to interact with others because they will be moping around about the pain of losing these appendages and parts. But on the plus side, losing this stuff, oh my gosh, suicide rates will decrease immensely. This is taking a turn, man.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
I don't know how I wrote this.
It sounds like an AI who decides that, like, the way to end world hunger is just to end humanity.
This is very curious, man. Wow.
Mind blowing how people can commit suicide without arms or legs.
Turn this in.
Hold on. As you can see, supposedly, this is effective, and there will be no need for communism, so people will have free will, only no rights. If you worry about food, don't. People consume too much food, and we don't need any more. Eventually, people won't be able to find food, so they might start some cannibalism. It's gruesome, but think of it as recycling. It's good for the environment. In the end, the food will run out and everyone will die. But this is good. With no people, there could be no racism. The point is to eradicate racism, not feed the needs of your subjects. You can start eliminating parts in any order you like, but it would be more effective to start with the ears. If you agree to this, then you will get rid of racism through the lack of sight, sound, and touch. And that is the end of this hypothetical essay.
Oh.
I thought it would be lighter than that.
What did you get on that?
I got an A. I got an A because a part of this project was a presentation with a PowerPoint. And I know that, of course.
Did you have a PowerPoint to go with this?
Do I have a PowerPoint to go with this?
Look for it.
I do have a PowerPoint for everything. There's no words on it. It's just images. I talked a lot, and
Images
so
of limbless people.
people were laughing a lot because like my solution just kept going and going and going to all these things, eventually ending in death. So
I mean, it makes sense.
it's just, again, hypothetical solution that's actually pretty bad.
But pretty good.
Oh my god, I'm somewhat surprised about that, man.
Please don't run for president.
Please do. I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. What about the birthday party, Christopher?
Okay. You want me to get on that? Can I?
Tell Connor about it. Yeah.
What birthday party?
I need a drink of water. Because I've been laughing so much, I don't want to laugh during this because this is a serious matter. John. I think it'd be hilarious if one of these days, like, we recorded that speech and did not laugh at all and presented it as a serious speech.
I can do that.
You need to do that. If you post that, that'd be hilarious.
I mean, Connor can believe what I do because I put so much detail into it.
Which is amazing how you do that. But I mean, honestly, your speech is logical. I think everyone should consider it.
I think that was what I was going for.
Sarcasm, Christopher. You need to stop laughing.
All right. Anyway, birthday party.
Are you aware that Mr. Kanye West says that he wants to run for president?
I've heard rumors, yes.
Okay. As far as we know, he has not submitted documentation, but he still intends to run for president. Regardless, he says that he wants to run for president under the political party known as the Birthday Party.
Oh, that's interesting. What is that?
What he doesn't know is that he did not create that. I did.
What?
Back around like 2014 or 15, I created a political party known as the Birthday Party.
And how old are you doing?
I don't know where Kanye West got this special idea to come up with the birthday party, but he did. He says he's running as under the birthday party. Here's the thing. The main goal of the birthday party is to make the daily requirement of eating cakes mandatory. That is our number one campaign promise. That we would say that when we become president or whatever office, that we would fight hard, that we would make the eating of cakes daily mandatory. I have not seen Kanye West run under that promise. So then, if he does not, then I, as the founder and still the head of the birthday party, cannot give Kanye West my endorsement.
I don't think you should give him endorsement in the first place.
But he's running under my party. That's the issue. Ideally, he would want to find support from his own party.
Okay. That's a fun story. I don't even know what to make of that.
I mean, listen, we got so many problems in the world right now, okay? We got racism, we got communism, we have limbless people, okay? What better way to make the world a better place by making people eat a cake every day? Because every day is someone's birthday.
That's nice. That's a nice view of the world. That's wonderful.
But don't vote for Kanye West because he's not running under that promise.
Okay. Well, I'm not good with politics, so moving on.
I think I told that too seriously.
Yeah, of course I read your multiple posts on the subject, so we're good.
Well, I mean, like, I know you got it, but like, I feel like I totally.
John, I have an idea. Tell me a fun fact about yourself that no one knows.
Oh gosh.
Me
or John?
Anybody.
Back in 2014 or 15, I started a political party known as the Birthday Party. I don't think anyone knows that. Because apparently Kanye West says he's going to run under the Birthday Party, and I, as the founder of the Birthday Party, I'm not sure if I can give him my endorsement because he says He has not said that he's gonna, say, I will make the. Where did that come from? Whatever. Let me think of something real.
I mean, I don't really have much to say about this. I know what you're coming from. This came from our workshop with the actor that visited. So.
Oh no! That just came to mind after that, though. But yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm looking through. I have some poems that I wrote.
Oh,
that's something I don't think we knew about John. He wrote poems.
Wow.
Again for school, but I wrote them. I'm
horrified after that first essay.
Don't worry, you don't have to worry. If I could find the poem, that should be good.
If he doesn't find the poem, then he has nothing to worry about, Connor.
I'm in the place where the poem shall be, and I shall do things. Anyway. I ate popcorn.
A poem about popcorn. John?
What?
A poem about popcorn, did you say?
Is it? I'm not sure this is a poem, but popcorn. You like fluffy clouds floating in the sky. You feel like styrofoam when I chew on you. When you pop, you sing the popping song. You taste like corn mixed in oil heated up and exploded to have salt and butter poured on you. You smell like a weird corn with butter. I will eat you and your children. Not my best.
Better than Shakespeare.
I will eat you and your children.
Not my best work.
But the most heartfelt.
Allegedly.
I will eat your children. I love that line. I think that should be my motto of 2020. I shall eat your children. Connor, do you want to make it your motto too?
What's the motto with you? From Lion King. It's a bad joke because I stole it.
Anyway,
John cannot find his poems. So
that's no, it's not the end. I have a different essay to look at.
Okay. What's the premise of this essay?
Crafty L's.
Crafty L's.
This is economics. Okay. Disclaimer, I have limited knowledge of what builds a business. Thus, this presentation may not be completely accurate in terms of what is required. Thank you, younger John. So, guys, have you ever wanted to look like a person from the Middle Ages and go to a Renaissance fair?
Wait, how is this related to economics?
Yes.
Do you feel like your props look dull and fake?
My pops? Like my dad pops?
Props.
Or my popcorn? Oh.
Oh, yes. Yes, all the time.
Do you want a custom sword just for show?
Yes.
Then come down to Crafty L's, where we make custom weapons and armor. Buy your weapons today.
What does L stand for?
I don't know.
Lenin. It has to be Lenin.
Possibly. The business, Crafty L's, is a welding constructive shop that builds many things. If you ever wanted a custom-made weapon that both looks divine and acts as a real weapon, this is the place to be. They also make armor and costumes that go with your purchase of custom weapons. Based in Los Angeles, Crafty Elves sells their products to professional movie companies for an authentic experience. Actors can now train in the arts of their weapons and create a memorable experience for the film viewers. They have many smaller shops around the country, but the LA shop is the biggest and the best. Run by experienced welders, craftsmen, and tailors, anything could be accomplished. To request a product, suitable ID is required for the safety of customers and humans as a species. For this business to run, many materials must be accounted for. The main element supplies that are needed are steel, iron, and wood. These make up the actual products given. Welding, shaping, cutting, and sewing equipment and staff are needed to make the product. With skilled workers, 5 or 6 people should be suitable for the building process. However, if the workers do not contain an experience level of skill, then it will be most likely take 10 to 15 people to meet the customer's vision. The customer comes first, and their vision is our job to craft. Most of the demand for our products would come from the movie companies and Renaissance attendees, something that hurts the business during the off-season. Discounts will then be added to gain revenue from any freelance customers. The supply amount to craft will vary depending on the cost and amount of supply is available to be sold, in which case orders will be placed on hold until supply is available for the demand. Any revenue gain will be used for the consumption of more supplies and the renewed contract of the workforce. This potentially can create many jobs for people. Miners and woodsmen are needed to grab the supplies needed to fill the demand. Drivers are needed to transmit the supply across the country to the individual shops. Craftsmen, welders, tailors, and many other positions will be open up to people studying or have a hobby in those areas. You can be assured that we can achieve our orders and make your vision of a weapon plus armor come to life.
So we use those swords to make limbless people, right?
If that is your way to go, sure.
Cool.
Cool.
So was that like a
What?
a help wanted posting or something?
No, it was just like, this is what this is.
Sounded like a commercial.
Kinda is.
Kind of like a commercial, like how we need to hire people because it's the off season.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right or wrong, or both?
It's just telling us how this business is run.
Okay. How does it run, John?
I
How?
told you. I told you already. I told you already how it ran.
I don't know. I don't have any uses for medieval weaponry, so probably go out of business fairly quickly.
Oh, that's rude.
No, he's being honest, John. There's a difference.
Yes.
You're a difference.
Go on Shark Tank. Go on Shark Tank and propose that and see what happens.
Never.
Yes. John
Never.
on Shark Tank. I love that idea.
Never.
Have you ever needed to have a real medieval sword? Like an authentically welded one? Not for cosplay, but for actual medieval purposes?
Like movies?
I'm out.
What? You can't take my... You just... Why?
I feel like if I want a sword, it's going to be a prop sword, not a real sword.
It is a prop sword. And also a
It's also real.
No. It is.
Real.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, I know where my poems are.
Oh, that wasn't a poem?
No, that was an actual thing. My poems are in an external hard drive.
The poems are not an
John, they're going to be reading about you in textbooks someday.
Yeah.
I don't know what for yet, but you'll be in some kind of textbook.
You know, that's a good sign.
You won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Okay, guys,
for advocate for communism.
Sure. Hold on, let's take a small break and get some water.
Don't you love whenever he says that? It's just like interrupts everything, and then we come back and we don't know what to do or say, and oops, what did I do? There we go.
Not what I was expecting.
It was just last time. Last time he just randomly said, "Okay, we're gonna take a break and get some water," and he leaves. And I'm just sitting there with CJ, like, "What?" And when he came back, I commented like how like sudden that was. He's like, "I put it in the chat," and I checked this time, and he didn't put it in the chat. So I don't know,
man. This is awkward.
It's entertaining nonetheless.
I don't even know what to say.
Would you want a real medieval sword for real purposes?
No.
For communism?
I guess there is no
for
break
medieval
today.
and communism. I have no idea how that was supposed to make sense.
I guess you did not need a break then.
No, I have water right here.
John, you should run a small country. We should just like we should break.
You should be the new president of Chaz.
No, hold on. I have my own country. It's called the Independent Republic of Canadaria.
And where is it on the map?
It is technically in Antarctica.
You can't claim Antarctica. International law.
It's an independent republic, okay? Technically, I can.
I mean, you're gonna be coming to the United Nations.
Like, hold on. There's two versions of Canadaria. One version is the actual one.
Wait. How are there two versions of a country?
Because one could be fictional in a story, and the other one is what we made as a group together. And so the main one that's based off of is in Ecuador. It's just this small table in school. That is our country.
Huh. Oh, well, did you get recognized by...
He recognized himself.
Any form of government?
We recognized ourselves. We have no need.
How was I right?
Okay.
Yeah, you were right, Christopher. Congratulations.
And I could like tape a circle around me right now and say that's my country, but
yes,
that doesn't mean
it's
a country.
Why don't you do that?
It's not a very good country.
Does it matter?
It's subjective.
Anyway,
so you could make it a great country if you really wanted it.
I do have one poem that I just know automatically in my head.
Then why did you have to get your hard drive for that?
Because I have other poems.
I'm in awe right now. It's like he's like, I'm looking for poems. Oh, where is my poems? I have one in my head. Why didn't you say the one in your head earlier?
Hey, there once was a boy whose name was Ted, who died one day and lost his bed. Who died one day and lost his bed. So his mother cried, for her baby died. I will never speak again, she said.
That's it.
All right, that's the one that I just can't seem to forget. I just constantly I know this one. All right.
But if he died, then ideally he lost everything.
Yeah, that's why he lost his bed.
But he should have lost more than just his bed.
Yeah, but specifically his bed is the main thing he lost.
Why didn't you mention his PS5?
The growing mountain grows under the atmosphere. Your breather loses. I wonder if you're wondering that your pizza has gone traveling. It was me that was eating it, but your cat wasn't feeding it. You might want to have eaten it because I'm not seeing it. And when I go slurp slurp, me and the cat go burp burp. I'm sorry for the pizza that I just now devoured, but it might have gone better if a cat hadn't showered. For the pizza burned because the oven turned. After it showered, I called it a coward. After I ate another piece of pizza, I yelled, "Pizza!" for it was delicious with the cheese and the pepperoni. I found it in the fridge. It was waiting on the ridge.
How did you slurp a pizza?
Hey, it's not that difficult.
It's disgusting.
Sorry, I blinked after the first word you said.
Well, I'm not going to say it again.
Something about a pizza. What?
Man, you people.
No, you.
No, you.
No.
Dang. He know you'd bet. What?
I never do that, but I did it today.
John.
What?
Hi.
Hi.
No,
I feel like we should be entertaining people because this isn't an ongoing podcast. I don't know.
What do you
I don't
not
know. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't know what I feel like.
I don't know how this is a good podcast. I'm not going to say it's a good podcast, but it's a podcast.
But you keep working on this podcast, so I think you do think it's a good podcast.
Tell me how you came up with your creative name.
There is actually a story behind that. I'm not very good at creating names, but this one is based upon a story.
I don't think I'm aware of this story.
You are aware of the story. You just probably forgot.
Yes, I think I forgot about the story.
Yes. Sorry, I'm just looking at more things here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the story goes, there is an old school project that I was working on, and I was the main person writing the script. It was for a Bible class, and we were going to tell the story, a story of Jesus, and one of the main ideas was have it be kind of like a podcast radio drama. And so when I was writing the script, we had an introduction through the podcast that led into the radio drama. And while I was writing the portion for the podcast, I couldn't come up with a name for the podcast. So I just put podcast name in brackets, actual brackets, so that when we went to record it, we would just come up with a name there on the spot. However, when we went to record it, my friend, who was the host, he read that, and he actually read it as podcast name in brackets, and he created a bit where it's like, guys, did we really not come up with a name for this podcast? And we just went with it there. And ever since then, I thought, you know what? It's a good name for our podcast. And so that was podcast name in brackets. That was how our thing started.
Somewhere out in the world, there's a podcast name in parentheses, and they're like the number one competitor.
John,
Parentheses.
John.
Yeah. I don't know.
John.
Yes.
Will you be able to find that podcast name in parentheses on Podcast Addict or something?
No.
No. Why not?
I don't feel like doing that.
Yeah, neither do I. That's why I suggested you do it.
Maybe one day, Christopher. Maybe one day.
I still don't know how people find our podcast on there.
But it's not today.
Your podcast. My mistake. Your podcast.
Yeah, our podcast is found by a few people.
How often are you on his podcast?
Who, Christopher?
Yeah.
Every week.
Then why is it not both of your podcasts?
Because it's his podcast, and I tag along for the fun of it. And John.
Yeah, because I'm the main coordinator. I'm the main host of it.
Mm-hmm.
I may say
and it's not just Christopher.
Not.
It's not just Christopher. This is a podcast that's also hosted by other people without Christopher.
Rarely.
Yeah, because this podcast started without Christopher. Only with Christopher, we now have just a more conversational edge to it. Where before, we just talked about movies specifically.
Ooh, movies. What kind of movies?
Mainly movies that came out of that same year.
Oh, okay.
And no movies have come out this year, so John is
so yeah, we have nothing this year.
Wow. I didn't even know. Somehow you've. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't actually advertise my podcast very much, so you wouldn't have
That's why we don't have any listeners, John. I've been doing all of this promotion work, and you haven't.
Thank you, by the way.
Is there anything you wanted to ask me or anything? Since we're just sitting here.
We're just sitting here?
Yeah.
All right. Like, here's something from Candaria.
Yeah.
We, the people of the Independent Republic of Candaria, declare independence from the Institute for the Criminally Insane, but retain all their laws and customs. To ensure peace and prosperity for all, the Independent Republic of Candaria will be ruled by the 6 elite houses of Candaria, listed below.
Is this the real or the fictional Candaria?
This is the real one.
And who is this mental institute that you're rebelling against?
Hold on. The 6 elite houses of Candaria will protect the rights of the citizens of all Candaria. Below them rule the 6 minor houses of Candaria. These houses will substitute for the 6 elite houses of Candaria if necessary. The 6 territories of Candaria will do nothing. The houses are listed below, as well as their functions. What were you saying, Christopher?
What is the insane mental institute that you guys were rebelling against?
It was basically our school.
First.
Yeah, the basic principle was that I think the main history was that our school was built out of an old insane asylum.
Oh.
I don't know if that's true or not, but that was just.
But it probably is.
That sounds like a playground rumor.
An older prison or something like that.
Wow.
I mean, our school was built in the 30s, so.
So if it was built in the 30s, it was a.
Yeah, because like our school just does not look like a school. It really looks like it could have been some kind of facility.
So it was not confirmed.
No, it was never confirmed by anyone. It was just like the fun thing that kids would like to talk about.
Yes. The playground rumors, like I was saying.
Yeah, it was the playground movie rumors. Interesting.
Pokemon. This is how you unlock this Pokemon. You go in this thing and you press ABYX, ABYX, ABYX.
Here's an interesting thing. I just found a PowerPoint here where we create another country out of an island.
And you forgot about this country that you
I did.
John, you need to take better care of your countries.
Yeah, I mean, this one is kind of based off Lord of the Flies.
Which I don't know anything about.
Good. It's a terrible book.
Okay, good to know.
All right, it's called Cantera.
What was the original country name again?
Candaria.
Okay.
This was intentional. I had part of the name. All right. On a plane ride from one place to another, unknown, a bolt keeping the wing together became loose, so the plane crashed in the section between the shallow water and the deep end. 75 people survived the initial crash. 15 drowned themselves, believing in no hope. 10 were injured and were unable to swim, so they drowned. Thank you. The people that made it to the island did not think to go help the injured, drowning people in the ocean. They were too busy thinking about their own lives. The first day on the island was a difficult one. Everyone panicked. Chaos spread throughout the land. Things calmed down after the food from the plane reached the shore. All right. Convenient events. The water tides were designed that heavy objects floated around the island and light items floated to the island. So all the dead bodies float away, and the plain food made it to the starving people with some luggage. Okay. The next couple of days, the passengers went around the camp discovering each other's personalities, which among them were some important people that could help with the survival of the passengers. Convenient, convenient people. Within these people were medical students, fishermen, farmers, construction workers, and cooks. Within the next few weeks, the people scattered out the island in search of necessary items. They found food and strange choices of wildlife, plants, and the natives. The natives stayed in the rocky side of the island and were in fact cannibals, so they stayed away from that part of the island. Convenient landmarks: cactus, coconut, banana, boar, flamingo, wolf, 2 horses, shrimp, crabs. Freshwater stream, corn, sugarcane, medical herbs. The chaos among the survivors was hard to keep track of, so a group of survivors developed a plan. The survivors would be divided up into 6 groups: farmers, hunters, medical, fisher, cooks, workers, and sentinels. Each group would have a selected leader that would handle the chaos. If there was a fight between the survivors, then the people in the fight would not get food for the day. If there is a murder, the people will gather and decide whether to execute or banish the person, which is also execution since they're being banished to the rocks. Fishers. This group is made up of people who can fish and are willing to fish. Once they capture the fish, they send them to the cooks. Later, the fish is so-and-so. Farmers.
Sorry.
Groups are hard-working boys that were raised on a farm or were on safari. They send the harvest to the cooks. Workers. This group builds the shelters and the tools needed to survive out of the different woods on the island. Okay.
This almost sounds like a concept for like a video game or something.
Maybe. Group leader is Woody Davis. No pun intended.
Pun not understood.
Okay. Tools: bow and arrow, shovels.
Shovels.
I spelled it wrong. Cooks. This is simply a group of people who can cook. When the food is prepared, they gather with the other groups and have a meal. Okay. Medical. This group is made of the medical students that had early training or simply read the procedures in a book from one of the luggage bags. Okay.
Because if you read, you understand everything.
Sentinels, a group of people who believe they should protect others than themselves. They guard the night from attacks from cannibals. Pirate ship. Okay. On a scouting mission to the rocky section, a wrecked pirate ship was discovered. They salvaged what they could off the ship and left before the cannibals arrived. Convenient ship items: swords, nets, axes, pots, and pans. Some of the animals that were found were kept as pets. For instance, the wolf. They named him Flame Wolf. That's an inside joke. There were 3
Some of the animals they kept as pets, such as the wolf.
Okay, here's an inconsistency. There were 3 horses. Sadly, one of them died. Oh, okay. The first horse was named Jeffrey. He died.
Why?
And the other 2 don't have names apparently. Okay. Okay. Here. Okay. We have Shrimp Lennon. Shrimp Lennon was the first shrimp the fishers caught. They kept him as a pet. I showed you guys an artwork of me as a shrimp. That's pretty much it. Okay, cactus. They found a cactus. That's a useful slide. Safety plan. In case of a strong attack from the cannibals, the sentinels hold them at bay while the people run toward the workers, where they can get on a raft and float away. In case of high tide, they head toward the center of the island and avoid the flooding. Religion. There's no specific religion. They practice what they want, as long as there is no harm to the others. Escape plan. There are a group of dolphins on the workers' side of the island. They hope that the dolphins will be smart enough to bring them to safety. The workers would build a raft and tie the raft to the dolphins. With the help of the dolphins and the tide that flows away from the island, they would find help. Their survivor's fate. They never make it off the island. Wow.
That's depressing, John.
I guess so.
I would.
You guess
It would
so.
be very interesting to teach you, John. It would.
This was a group project, by the way.
Ooh.
You guys were a depressing bunch.
Depressing? I mean, I came up with the ending, but you know.
That's why it has like that pizzazz, that like little John touch to it, but it's not as crazy as the ones you've done by yourself.
Do you guys want to hear a joke?
Sure.
That you made in high school? Sorry.
No, this is a joke that I found. That's just fantastic. I just can't stop it. I love it. This story is about a rather old-fashioned lady who was planning a couple weeks vacation in Florida. She was also quite delicate and elegant with her language. She wrote a letter to the particular campground and asked for reservations. She wanted to make sure the campground was fully equipped, but didn't know how quite to ask about the toilet facilities. She just couldn't bring herself to write the word toilet in her letter. After much deliberation, she finally came up with the old-fashioned term bathroom commode. But when she wrote that down, she still thought that she was being too forward, so she wrote the entire letter and referred to the bathroom commode as simply the BC. Does the campground have its own BC? Is what she actually wrote. The campground owner wasn't old-fashioned at all, and when he got the letter, he couldn't figure out what the old lady was talking about. The word BC really stumped him. After worrying about it for several days, he showed the letter to other campers, but they couldn't figure out what the lady meant either. The campground owner finally came to the conclusion that the lady must be asking about the location of the local Baptist church. So he sat down and wrote the following reply. I regret very much the delay in answering your letter, but I now take the pleasure in informing you that the BC is located 9 miles north of the campsite and is capable of seating 250 people at the one time. I admit it is quite a distance away if you are in the habit of going regularly, but no doubt you will be pleased to know that a great number of people take their lunches along and make a day of it. They usually they usually arrive early and stay late. The last time my wife and I went, it was 6 years ago, and it was so crowded we had to stand up the whole time we were there. It may interest you to know that right now there is a supper plan to raise money to buy more seats. They plan to hold the supper in the middle of the BC, so everyone can walk and talk about this great event. I would like to say it pains me very much not be able to go more regularly, but it is not for the lack of desire on my part. As we grow older, it seems to be more and more of effort, particularly in cold weather. If you decide to come down to the campground, perhaps I can go with you for the first time you go. Sit with you and introduce you to all the other folks. This is really a very friendly community. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, I can't stop laughing. It's just, oh man. It was funny. It's funny.
Wow.
The BC. Why would you? If you really need to go to the bathroom that much, why don't you just say, I need to go to the bathroom, said the BC?
Because then the joke wouldn't.
Well, yeah. Okay, right. The joke. Okay. I'm sorry. Right,
Yeah.
I forgot. Life's a joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, I'm red right now. Wow.
John
Gets me every time, man.
Well, it was a good one.
That was wonderful.
Regardless, why?
Says it's wonderful while he yawns.
Sorry, I'm tired.
Okay. Excuse me.
Excuse you.
I'm excused.
Apparently, you are excused.
I've taken the topic of discussion a lot, so why don't you guys have a discussion about a topic?
Ooh, what is there to talk about? I don't know. Christopher, you do this more than I do. I've never done this before.
Okay, fine. Let me.
I have some Neosporin.
Sorry, what?
No,
Oh, I still haven't listened to that part yet.
that's fine.
Okay. Connor, since
What?
because if I ask John, he's not gonna have an answer. So Connor, do you like listening to music on a regular basis?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, why?
I'm not gonna have an answer.
Because you don't listen to music on a regular basis.
I listen to some music, Christopher.
Okay, what some music do you listen to?
Beach Boys, movie soundtracks. That's it.
Actually, I'll be honest. I have been listening to a bit of movie soundtracks a little bit recently. I listened through the VeggieTales movies soundtracks recently.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, who doesn't?
Connor, what type of music do you like to listen to?
I mean, a theater student, so obviously show tunes, but lots of.
Right, I forgot.
Okay, but
Sorry.
a weird one I listen to is medieval fantasy music.
Interesting. So
I'm getting into that. I don't know why. I just really like medieval fantasy. So I don't know. Just anything I can find that is like kind of reminiscent of that from video games and stuff that I don't even play, I'll listen to.
Interesting.
There is this person who takes modern songs and sings them as if they were in the old time period.
What is this person's name? I'm both horrified and intrigued.
I'm looking it up.
Please do, because I want to know more about this anomaly.
Okay. It's medieval style. That's what it is.
That's the name.
No, that's the style of music. It's, let me give you the link, but the channel is Hildegard von Blingen.
Uh-huh.
Here is the link on your Facebook.
Messenger. Okay, let me pull that
I'll
up.
give you some, Connor, as well.
Oh boy, thank you, John.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you so much. I'll take a look.
Saying my pleasure is a form of white supremacy because I come from Chick-fil-A. I'm kidding. I think that's funny, but I feel like some people will take that too seriously, so I probably shouldn't say that.
Bad Romance from Lady Gaga, medieval style cover.
I like Imagine Dragons a lot too. I like hard rock stuff like that.
Just more. I'll get back to you about that. So there's only 6 of these, and already so many views, which is
there's
insane.
Only 6.
6
I guess
videos.
Yeah. Well, I guess they're so popular. They got millions of views. Wow. I guess
Just
it's a fun style, you know. Whatever.
Should I listen to this or not?
Later.
Later. Okay. Probably good idea. So you said you like rock?
Yeah. Not like punk metal or anything, but like modern rock, you know, like Imagine Dragons.
I don't consider them rock.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
No, I don't.
Yeah. I don't know what to consider them, okay? But
they're...
So the style of music that Imagine Dragons is involved with
is what?
Yes.
No. Yes, that style of music. I don't know exactly what to call it.
I'll call that style of music, not rock. Like here, like I will agree that they have a rock spirit to them. Their singer is very spirited, but I've never really considered them rock. However, I've not really listened to like their discography in full. I do hear that their first album or two is more on the rock side, but I've not listened to them in full. I've only heard Radioactive from the early stuff. But whatever they're doing right now, I would not consider rock.
I also like meme songs, so I'll listen to Smash Mouth All Star, Never Gonna Be Rickroll, just anything like that. Fireflies.
By Owl City.
Yep.
Is that a meme song?
Yes, it is. Have you not seen the videos on YouTube where it's like they take all the lyrics of the song and they put them in alphabetical order?
What?
Yeah, it's a very memed song. Or they'll make I don't know, certain words. They'll like take out all the vowels and it's just the consonants of the song.
That's funny. I've never heard of that before. No. I guess YouTube doesn't like showing me that side of YouTube.
Yep.
I've been honestly, like, the past month or two, I've been enjoying quite a bit of TikTok, but now that TikTok might be getting a ban, I'm very sad.
That's controversial.
No, TikTok is great.
I have no idea what's going on.
Are bad. The ads are bad. There are some cringy, terrible stuff on there, but however, it is a great place full of creativity and good content and good people.
Allegedly.
Right.
Allegedly. Right.
I like TikTok, so.
Well, that's beggars can't be choosers. I don't know what I'm saying there.
Neither do I. So.
Neither do you. So there's one story in high school. Not much of a story, but we were gonna make a school club, like after school club, because we didn't really have any, and so me and a couple friends decided why not make an after school club for authors or people who want to write stories and maybe read about stories. And so we got into the process. We did a lot of formatting and paperwork. We got approval by teachers. We got a classroom to work with. And we did all this work. We only met once, and that was it.
Why only once?
It was a time issue.
After all that work and it's a time issue?
Yeah, like here's the thing. We
put
put
lame excuse.
Yeah, because we were sponsored by 3 professors, and so like we were set. Except I'm not entirely sure why we never really did it. Let me think. Oh, okay.
John realizes the real truth behind.
I realize a potential offset that happened because I'm looking at the document and I'm looking at the date when this thing was last edited, and yeah, that would do it. A historical event took place around the same time, and well, I guess that was part of the issue.
What type of historical events?
Personal ones.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Why didn't you just say personal reasons?
Because I'm me.
Right.
Because everybody's personal stuff.
Yeah. It was the Authors Club. Man, it was gonna be fun. Our purpose is to provide a creative environment where aspiring writers, novelists, poets, lyricists, speechwriters, journalists, screenwriters, short story writers, and essayists can grow as a community while giving and receiving helpful and supportive feedback to further the writings of others.
John, why do you never finish anything you start? It seems like You have a lot of great ideas.
Like,
you never finish.
This one really wasn't really mine. It was me and another friend, and
Well, that's the issue. Whenever he works with people, he never gets it done. He's quiet because he knows it's true.
Come on, John.
When it comes to things, I'm the main one who wants to get it done, but I can't really do things without the other people's help and approval. And when they're not really doing anything, then things just don't work out.
Then why don't you? Nah, that's never mind.
Yeah, this was a good club, a good idea.
It was a good idea.
Let me take a look. I was the online director. That's what my job was. I don't know what that entailed.
Certainly, you must know what your position entails, John.
I don't remember what it was. It was almost 5 years ago. Yeah, like in 2 months, it'll be 5 years
since the anniversary of the first meeting.
Something like that, yeah.
5 years since the anniversary. That means 6 years, right?
5. Because this is 2015.
5 years since the anniversary would be 6.
No, it wouldn't be. It would still be 5.
Oh.
Think your statement through. No, not 5 years.
Like the anniversary.
Sorry. No, not the anniversary. No, I don't know where that came from. It'd be 5 years since the first meeting. Is what he was saying.
Okay. Oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm arguing. I mean, it's 5 years.
Yeah, I know it's 5 years. What are you arguing with me for? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man?
Oh, how long do you have?
For what?
Till you cut off everybody's limbs for communism.
Well, these aren't easy times. Oh, okay.
Okay. Ooh. What's the tea?
I'm looking through some old documents. Okay. Yeah, I was the online director.
So did you figure out what the online director does?
Let me take a look. I have to take a further look. Okay. Let's see. Requirements to join. I must be at least in 9th grade. Members will be asked to write 2 to 3 pages of a story. 2 pages being defined as having at least 1 line on the 3rd page prior to joining as a... Interesting. I don't know if we ever did this.
Like at all?
Okay, content rules. While mature themes such as are allowed, they're not to be described in detail. Any stories containing mature themes must have trigger warnings on the cover page. Foul language is allowed, however, it is used in a way that helps set a tone or show character traits and motivations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Authors Club will meet in this classroom every Friday during 8th period.
But it didn't. So.
I guess another problem was that we had problems actually getting a classroom.
Huh.
Because during that one time we could meet, that was the only time that classroom was available for that one time. If we will be meeting in a different place, all members will be notified beforehand. If any other events are decided on, all members will be informed, and we will submit a request to the executive assistant. But yeah, this was a big deal that we put a lot of effort into making. This one is kind of a real shame because this was helpful for the school, and it never really got completed. Oh, okay. Let me see. The council roles.
So.
Okay, yeah. In charge of social media, email, and any other digital resources. That was my thing. Okay.
So is there going to be like an anniversary meeting or something?
No.
Like a revival thing? Like it'll finally happen after 5 years?
I mean, I can't do that because this was at the school.
You could go to the school and say, I'm alumni, I do anything I want.
I guess if I were to go as an alumni and set up this order, I probably could. But you need a select amount of students to be able to do that. So, it was a good idea, but it wasn't really executed. We did our best, but it was mainly on the school side. They didn't really execute it the best way to give us the opportunity to do it. And then personal life events happened, and we couldn't do anything else.
Oh man.
What if you just canceled personal life events? Just go on Twitter and just go hashtag personal life events is over party. And then they'll forever cancel personal life events.
That would make people very happy.
I know, right?
Bro,
right before
you know that wedding you have next week, yeah, that's canceled. You know that baby shower, yeah, that's canceled. That's canceled. You know, having your child, that's canceled.
That's canceled. You know, it'd be so funny if before John gave his how to end racism speech, I gave my how to cancel personal events speech. Sponsored by the birthday party. John, we should do this.
Do what?
That's a good question.
Cancel life events? Oh my god, which is correct.
No.
Why not?
No.
So, because they always get in the way. No one can ever commit to anything right now in college. Trust me, I know that.
That's a mood. But then we always end up committing to everything.
Sure.
It's the way to do it.
Wow. This is the worst customer support thing that I've ever seen.
What this time?
Sorry, this was like something for something else. Like I said, like I'm having a problem with this. I keep trying to get this thing going, and I keep trying to click this thing, and it won't work. The response: try clicking this thing. And yeah, they've never been helpful. Like this is the second time that this kind of response has been given.
I need help clicking this thing. Try clicking this thing. Thank you.
Like,
how come I never thought of that before?
Like I asked like this. I asked a yes or no question, and the response was like this long thing that doesn't answer my question. And it's like, I know that, but it doesn't actually answer my question. I asked, in this very specific situation, would this happen? Not how your thing works. That's not what I'm asking. Okay.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt, but I gotta go soon.
Go.
Okay.
Leave.
So it has been a pleasure, and
Good
thank you for having me on. And
yes.
I'll see you in a few months, I guess.
Or the next time we have you on. I don't know.
Yes. See you guys. Thank you.
All right. See ya.
John, it's your nap time.
No, what? It is not my nap time. Why is it my nap time?
Because I said so.
No.
What? No.
It's not my nap time. How are you doing, Christopher?
How am I doing? Fine.
Good.
I'm not as tired as I was last week, but as usual, I have a lot I want to do.
Good.
It's always fun.
Fine.
It's fine. It's fun.
It's fine.
What have you been thinking about my Discord server?
What?
Are you ever like on this? Because like it always shows you active, but I'm assuming you're never really active though.
I'm never really on Discord, no.
Okay. Because I was curious of your thoughts of how my Discord's been going, if you've seen anything.
I'm only open on the podcast name section, nothing else.
Yeah, but no! That can't be true. That can't be. I'm checking.
What?
That can't be true, John.
What cannot be true?
That's a lie. You know it.
What's a lie? What did I not do?
You can talk in the other channels.
No. I can. I just don't. And that's what I'm saying.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
What can I do to make it that you would talk?
Nothing.
Why?
I don't want to talk.
Why don't you want to talk?
I don't feel like it, Christopher.
Why don't you feel like it?
Because I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. Because I don't.
That was very explanatory.
That was very explanatory. This is a good segment for the podcast, you know?
Oh my gosh.
We're reaching a good time limit. You know, it's nice.
2 hours again.
Yeah, you know, it's nice.
Why did we have a crazy audacity of an idea to try to start doing 2 hours?
Because we get to talk longer. And, you know, our listeners can listen to us longer so that they're not always bored, you know?
True. Do we have listeners?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Give us a weekly update of who's been listening.
Thanks to Anchor, you know, we have listeners. Weekly update. There's not much weekly update to really talk about. It's all the same as last week. Same countries, same people, you know.
I wish we had more.
We'll get more.
I hope so.
Yeah. Our male to female ratio is now larger. That's one thing.
Oh, we have more females listening?
Male.
Oh. Why do we try? I'm kidding.
Yeah. Why do you try? It seems like we're winding down.
It does seem like it. We lost one of our mates.
And so we lost traction. Anyway, here's a few plugs. Support us on Anchor. $1 makes all the difference.
Mm-hmm. And if you didn't hear what he said $1 makes all the difference.
Yes, and just make sure to come in. We upload every Monday and every Thursday, so check those out.
John? What are you going to do once you've finished your finish uploading the old stuff?
We start season 3.
And then it'll be Monday and Thursday?
No, it will just be Mondays or
just Mondays.
Actually possibly. Mondays would be our stuff. Thursdays would be the older cast, you know.
No, I'm saying when you finish uploading the older stuff.
That's what I'm saying. If I ever make new stuff for my older cast, it would be on Thursdays.
My dead brain. Say that again.
Okay. If we ever make new podcasts with my old cast, it's going to be on a Thursday.
We make new... What do you mean?
We make new podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if today I was going to make a podcast with my old mate, who's a part of our old episodes. If we were to do a new one,
like
we get to see... Yeah, back from season 1. If we were to make a new one and do season 3, he would be on a Thursday schedule. Okay. Ours would be Monday.
Is that just an occasion thing, or would that be a regular thing?
That would be mainly an occasional thing. Whenever we have an episode to actually upload, because we're not consistent on the old basis.
Okay.
Not like us. By the way, last week we reached 60 episodes on the podcast.
Total
60.
Yay! What do we do to celebrate?
Do 40 more.
That's not a bad idea.
Till we get to 100.
John, go on.
I have plans for the 100th episode. Should
I be scared?
No.
Okay, because I don't want to be scared.
And you were saying?
What? Did you have anything else that you wanted to plug?
No, nothing else. No. How about you?
Not really.
Plug his channel, YouTube, Christopher164.
And his channel, but you can't find it, so... But you can find it on mine.
If you can. Yes.
If they try.
If they try. So, yes.
Which they can, if they try.
If they try. But, yes.
But if you don't try...
If they don't try, then they don't try. But, yes.
Oh, I thought we could cut off their limbs.
All right. Anyway, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.